peace. What it do, Aries? Welcome to the channel. I am aTone. This is aTone Tarot. You are tuned in for your 10-day forecast. We are tapping in as it relates to your love life, Aries. So tune in. We're going to get right up into it without further ado. We're going to see what it do between these two decks. I will pull 10 cards, 5 from the traditional tarot and 5 from this lovely singles and relationship oracle deck. All right. I hope all is well with you guys. If you could, please go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, Aries, we're going to see what the 11th through to the 20th of October has in store for you as it relates to your love life. We're going to see what you need to know, Aries. I'm going to pull 5 from the tarot and 5 from that singles and relationship oracle and clarify as needed. Again, like I said, if you could, please smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see what the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus needs to know as it relates to love in the middle of October from the 11th to the 20th. Let's see what we have for our Aries. What do they need to know? All right, so those are your 5 from the tarot, Aries. Let's see what we got coming up out this oracle deck for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for my Aries collective. What do they need to know about love? So many people. Okay. You didn't come here for my singing. You did not come here for my singing. Okay, Aries, what is going on with you guys' love life over here? Oh my gosh. I'm just going to say, player from the Himalayas. You got the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the King of Swords, the King of Cups in reverse, and the 6 of Wands. So that's from the tarot. From the oracle deck, you got sex only, feeling unloved, incomplete, unworthy, and being a victim. So I'm really picking up on an Aries collective that is playing playing the game. They not playing a game, but really dating a few. You're not exclusive. I'm not getting exclusive right now, but there are some people that want you to be exclusive with them. And you're like, no. We got some people who are wanting to publicize the relationship, wanting to go on Facebook and say we're in a relationship together. And Aries is like, nah, because I got a couple of people out here. So it's looking like, and I hope for the cross watchers, this is not triggering, but it's really looking like I'm talking to an Aries collective that has a few people on the line, a few people interested, a few people taking them out on dates, a few people spending money on them, spending time. They're playing the field. This Aries collective that I am speaking to, and with these two kings here, one of the suitors that you're dealing with, Aries, is not as rational and okay with you seeing other people, right? You're really in a very keep it light, doesn't seem like you want anything serious right now. You want to weigh your options. You want the best man or woman to win. Like, you really are wanting people to compete and show you who is worthy. Like, someone needs to prove to you why they are worthy of being in your life. And it's creating a hamster wheel and an insecurity and an imbalance to someone else, right? With sex only being here, you might be using someone for the physical aspect of the relationship, and they're feeling unloved. They're feeling like it is just sex. Someone wants more from you and they're feeling betrayed, or maybe someone got caught up in a three-way situation with this Three of Swords. Maybe my Aries collective found out that there was someone else in the background. Now, I will say, just because these are kings doesn't mean I'm only talking to a man, a heterosexual man who is dating a woman. Or no, this is just energy and letting me know that there's multiple people involved. Someone got caught up in a situation where someone might have went online and publicized the relationship that you didn't want them to do so, and it got someone caught up. That's really what I'm picking up on, the publicizing of a relationship with this Six of Wands here. Someone really put it out there. That's my man, or that's my shorty. She belonged to me. He belonged to me. Someone made their claim public, and it got someone caught up. Someone got caught up in a lie and some betrayal and some cheating. Basically, I'm gonna just say it and call it for what it is. And it almost feels as if you were waiting for this to happen. You knew it was coming, Aries. If you were the one on the receiving end, your intuition was telling you that something wasn't right and there was someone else in the background, or you were the one playing the fields and you knew it was only a matter of time before you got caught up. But someone is feeling very used with this sex only and unloved and incomplete and unworthy. Someone is really saying, oh, this person did this to me. They lied to me. They told me they loved me. They're very much creating, I won't say creating a victim situation, but they are telling whoever will listen about what went down and what transpired between you guys. Yeah, they're airing you out. Somebody is airing you out, Aries, or you plan to air someone out that did you dirty. But if this hasn't happened, it's going to pop up in the middle of October. And this reading is from the 11th to the 20th. So if I were you, I would maybe start cleaning up your backyard, Aries, if you are the one who has some skeletons in your closet is looking like you might get caught up in the middle of October with someone blowing up your spot and exposing what you guys got going on behind closed doors. Yep. And when this happens, it creates a void in someone. And that's a natural reaction to someone who finds out they are being cheated on. You know, you feel unworthy. There's a sense of your worth that pops up in the forefront of your mind when someone that you hold so close and dear to you does something to this magnitude of this three of swords energy. So yeah, Aries, this is very interesting that you have the three of wands and the three of swords here. That's why I said you knew this was coming, or you sensed that there was more than one person in the equation with both of these kings here, right? So you got the King of Swords upright and you had the King of Cups in reverse. And those couldn't be two opposite energies. This is really also looking like someone who sought someone who was very different from their significant other because they were missing something in their relationship as it relates to fulfillment in the relationship. And they didn't want to leave the relationship, but they thought they could outsource what they weren't getting. And as a result, now someone is truly feeling away and they are running this up the flagpole, making announcements. Everyone will know how they feel and what you have done to them if you are the offender, Aries. And if you are the one who was betrayed, just know that whoever did the dirt is trying to present themselves as the victim in the situation. They will sing the story and the song in such a way, like I just said, oh, you know, this person at home, I work all the time and I do this and I do that and I can't even get a home cooked meal, and you know, I pay all the bills and I take care of the kids and I do everything right, and I'm just so mistreated at home. And that's the reason why I decided to step out and outsource the situation. No, that wasn't your only option. You could have left. So, you know, yes, that is an option to cheat and step outside of your relationship, because we all got choices. You can do whatever you want in this world, but consequences and you know what comes back is the other side of that. You could do whatever you want. It doesn't mean you should. So yes, while that was an option, they are out here singing the song of, oh, if this person had did this for me or with me or to, you know, we wouldn't be in this situation. And, you know, I felt so unworthy, and you know, so it's definitely giving that energy a little bit with this being a victim. Now, I don't take away from anyone's hurt. I don't want to sound dismissive. I'm not in no shape, form, or fashion wanting to send that message. What I'm attempting to do is speak to a multitude of scenarios that could possibly be in this spread. Whether, like I said, you are the offender or the offended, take it as it resonates. But as it relates to these cards and what I'm seeing here, you know, the devil is in the details. I'll say that, you know, context matters. What actually happened could change someone's perspective, because there's your story, his story, and then the truth. and whatever actually went down between you and these individuals, because it's more than just two. There is a third party situation definitely going on with this spread to whoever I'm speaking with. Because again, we got the Three of Wands and we got the Three of Swords and we got two kings here. So that math right there should tell you that, you know, it's more than one individual dealing with another. So let's take a look at what these messages underneath the oracle cards say, and then I will clarify. I would like to clarify this Three of Swords and this King of Cups in reverse. But feel unloved says you deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully, right? Sex only. Either you or your partners only want sex. Accept that it's okay or reach for more. So again, this could be a situation where, again, the sexual aspect was maybe lacking. I've heard people describe their relationships like that, meaning they will say their significant other is perfect. They do everything I love except for the physical aspects. I'm not getting that piece of the pie and I need it, right? And I raise that in conjunction with sex only because the focus on sex from that person now is so heightened that that's all they can think about, because it's what they're not getting. We want what we can't have, so it creates this level of temptation that can be too much for us to bear sometimes. And I'm not trying to make allowances for a cheater. I just want to make the perspective of the other person known based on the energy that I'm getting from the message. Incomplete says you want someone who completes you, but you need to be whole on your own. So you can't control what anyone else does besides yourself. So if this is a situation where you are the one who was betrayed, Aries, then you can't do anything to change how someone else moves with you. And yes, I know we go for retribution and we want to get revenge and but that doesn't lean to your own healing. It only delays it. You know, you're delaying the hole that is sitting in your heart, right? It's a delay. So don't delay your evolution, your healing, your growth by way of someone else's lack. Because it only makes you lack more. Unworthy. Unworthy says you deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. Again, this is speaking to someone who has some major insecurities, and cheating does that. So if you are dealing with someone who has repeatedly done this to you, if I'm speaking to a collective where this has happened time and time again, that insecurity inside of you only becomes greater the more you accept that. And you can begin to go from a sense of feeling unworthy to assuming the position of a victim when you can choose to be a victor. But let me read this message. You feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. Again, life is about choices. You control what you do, how you move, what someone does to you, how much access someone has to you to be able to do that. So, and again, I totally understand how it's much easier said than done, right? it's easy for me to tell you to just walk away. Oh, this person is cheating, you know. But when you got time and your life intertwined with somebody where something or information that was provided to you in a minute can destroy a lifetime that you built with somebody, that is not something that is just, oh, okay, I'm gonna just get myself together and move on. No, no, no. It doesn't happen that way. We all know it doesn't happen that way. So it takes some processing. It takes some understanding of who you are. It takes some understanding of the parties involved and what does the next part of my life now look like? Do I accept this again and continue to just deplete my level of worthiness, continuing on with this person? I don't recommend Aries. Again, recommendation, not a requirement. You do what is best for you at the end of the day. However, as it relates to my Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus from the 11th to the 20th, there are multiple people involved. Someone's going to get caught out there and put on blast. You're going to make someone feel very unloved and less than if you are the one, Aries, behaving this way. And if this is you, Aries, who finds this out, I want, that someone is doing this to you. I recommend that you definitely take some time and remove yourself from this situation. Sit with yourself and begin to look at maybe the hole inside your heart that needs to be filled and what someone else might have been using as a crutch to make you feel like you are unworthy of love when that is so not true. Okay? So we are going to clarify this Three of Swords and this King of Cups, and that will be your love message, Aries. So just be aware of a potential third party situation popping up in the middle of October, Aries. But like I said, we're going to clarify this Three of Swords just to dig a little deeper to see what this betrayal in love is about. But yeah, someone got something going on in the background that somebody don't want somebody to know about. What's up with this Three of Swords, Spirit? Why is this Three of Swords here? Okay, so the Three of Swords was clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Hermit, and the Queen of Coins. So with this being the clarifiers of the Three of Swords, this is definitely in relation to a family. The Ten of Cups is a happy family. So a happy family is going to be impacted by whatever this is, and someone's going to isolate and be alone. So you're going to go from a family to single and learning a lesson and wanting to be isolated so that you can heal, so that you can cry, so that you can think, so that you can reflect. And some of y'all going to probably be plotting your revenge. Listen, I already know Aries choose violence. So if somebody betrayed you like this, it's something where you are devastated, especially if you are wanting to get into hermit mode, Aries. And with the Queen of Coins being here, you could have been the provider or breadwinner of the situation, like looking and reflecting back on the relationship and saying, damn, I did everything. I was cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, paying bills. You know, I was drop off, pick up. I was patient. I was quiet. You were the Queen of Coins is every woman. She wears every hat with ease, grace, and simplicity, you know, and she makes it look effortless. And for that to be the clarifier of the Three of Swords, or a part of the clarifier, somebody fumbled a good one. I will say that. It's their loss, Aries, at the end of the day. They fumble a real one based on them clarifiers. But let's clarify this King of Cups in reverse. Like, the King of Cups in reverse is someone who, like I said earlier, you know, they do everything right, right? They pay all the bills, they're a provider, they cook, they're domestic, but they're not romantic. You know, they don't bring flowers, they don't give compliments, they don't stay on the phone for hours, they don't do that. But there are other things that they do, that demonstrate love, where when the King of Cups is in reverse, he wants to be able to be the romantic guy on TV, but that's not his MO. But he still shows love in his ways. But with him being in reverse and it being another king on that board, when this king in reverse, or this energy in reverse, who is a provider and does the things to keep the machine moving, you know, not the aesthetics, not the creature comforts. You know, they don't hang curtains and they don't have bedtime stories every night for the kids, but them lights come on, they getting fed. You know, the essentials will always be provided, but they're not the romantic type. But anyway, so let's see what this King of Cups in reverse is about. So that could be a part of the reason why the King of Swords was brought into the equation, is what I'm saying. So, you know, someone is a provider, they're, you know, they do all the things that a partner will do, but those niceties, those, you know, human things that we sometimes yearn for, this King of Cups in reverse is not doing that. So clarify this King of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit. Yeah, so the King of Cups in reverse was clarified by the Page of Coins, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Again, more betrayal energy. So yeah, this is someone who will find out that they were betrayed by someone who might have been a childhood sweetheart. Whoever this is, you guys got timing. With this Page of Pentacles being here and this Two of Cups coming out as clarifiers. Like, you guys go way back, which also could be a part of the reason why the infidelity and cheating is taking place, because, you know, you guys have known each other for years, forever, and somebody wanted something new, you know. So I really hope that I'm not blowing up your spot, Aries, and I'm not triggering anyone to set anyone off, but I have to give you the message as it comes out. And this is definitely some infidelity, some lies, some opportunities for growth in your relationship. I'll say that. Put a nice little positive spin on it, because it happens where we outgrow each other, and you know, we get so accustomed to staying in one place, in one situation, because it's comfortable, it's safe. And that's not always what the Almighty has in store for your life. So sometimes a shakeup is necessary, a heartbreak is necessary for you to be shown who now in this stage of your life you are dealing with, and in this stage of your life who you are, right, as a significant other. Because remember, I mentioned this also felt like something where it's been reoccurring. Like, this is not someone who, this is the first time they're discovering that their partner has done something like this. This is something where you're going to see it and say, you know what, this is now the third or fourth time I've caught you in this situation. I can't look away anymore. I can't turn a blind eye anymore to your lies and deceit. So, you know, with that being said, Aries, I hope that this message gives you the encouragement and the, just the insight to move forward accordingly. But until next time, I hope this helps. Peace.